On this video, students, I'm going to show you how to do the next label style. And the one that I want to work with next on this video is the distance only. So by now you should have done all the bearing over distance, all of them. So now the one I want to do next are these. These are distance onlys. Okay, these are distance onlys. Okay. So as far as distance only, the way that works, it's another style. So we just need to go back to our Civil 3D and look at those styles. Remember I mentioned I am not going to label all these. This is just for demonstration purposes. So there's another style that I want to use for our distance only. Okay. So the distance only I'm going to work with is all of them. There's once again quite a few of them: 2649, 45, 3913, 49. Okay. So let me start with this one here, the 2649. Where is that labeled from? I guess that's my first question is, where is the 2649, the distance indicated? It's actually from this point here to this point here. That's the 2649. And then the 45 in this lot will be from this point to this point and so on and so forth. And that's kind of very common of where you see like the 8513. It's from here to here. So we need to label that distance only next. Now, this does work a little bit differently. Let me go back over here, because what we could do is we can go over here to note. Oops. We can go to notes, line and curve, single segment. And I think we talked about the different styles. We have a distance only, so we can do that here. Now, here is what the problem is. I'm going to do this on purpose, and it is wrong. So just go ahead and watch for a few minutes, a few seconds. I'm going to add. So right now it says single segment distance only add. So I'm going to select this line right in here, and it says 439.820. Okay, but I'm looking at the plat and it says 26.49. Well, this actually, when I selected add, it selected the whole line. Okay, so it's actually the whole distance. We do need that at one point. I do need to label the whole distance of 439.82, and there it is. But the thing is, that's one of them, but I need another one. I need another one here for 2649, plus I need it from this point to this point only. Okay. So that's a different way of using this one particular style. So I'm going to delete that one for now. I'm going to go to distance only. And I'm going to, but the thing is, I'm going to do is I'm going to change it from single segment. The label type is not this whole single segment, which is the whole line. I'm going to change this over to line between 2 points. Okay. So line between 2 points, the line label style, and that's how you use this other option that's up in here. Distance only add. So in this case, instead of selecting a line, it's telling me to pick points. Now, this is where students in some cases, can have a hard time, in that you need to make sure you're picking the correct object snaps. So in this case, it's going to be from the end point of this arc. From the end point of this arc. So there should be an end point here, and then at the end point of this lot, once I place that distance only label, it should say Twix 2649. So I'm going to go line between 2 points, distance only add from this endpoint. So make sure you find those object snaps and this endpoint right there. Okay, 26.4999. All right, I'm going to hit escape, because we can kind of see a few things. Obviously, we have one too many decimal places. This, remember, I can have an error of up to 0.03. So that's kind of funny, because some students freak out. Well, let me adjust this first, and then we'll talk about that error, because you might think about this. This is going to round to 26.50, and this says 26.49. Don't forget, up to 0.03, and I'll discuss that in a little bit. First things first, the text is too big and too many decimal places, so I'm going to hit escape. I need to go to distance only. I'm going to click in here, and pretty much like how I did the bearings, I'm going to edit the current selection. And as far as, since I left off on layout, that's why I came out to this options. But if you had to, you just click back over to layout. Text height, we need to use the same 0.08. Text height, it's kind of a standard height. It varies a little bit, but 0.08 is kind of the standard. Contents, I'm going to click on here into contents. I have too many decimal places. I'm going to click the dots here. Once again, be careful. Don't put a big highlight everything over it. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You just simply click on that little code once. You click on the code once, delete the code, change the precision from 3 decimal places over to 2 decimal places. reinsert the code, hit OK, apply, and hit OK. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, okay? Of course, it's on the wrong side, so you just hit escape, you select the label, and you pretty much can do the same thing. You can flip the label. There's nothing to reverse. You can try it, but there's nothing to reverse. It's not talking about direction. It's just simply talking about distance, and you can flip the label, and it'll put it on the side that you need to. Once that's been configured, just simply add and just keep adding all the distance onlys. You'll have to come back and flip the labels on your own. It's a little tedious, but nonetheless, let me check this one here. 8513, excellent. So I think that's pretty much matching 4545. Now don't forget, this says 2649, okay? That says 2649. So I'm gonna grip all these here, flip them. Oops. Okay, not sure what I did. Select this one and flip it back inside, okay? Now, let me just kind of discuss this real quick. 2650, it says 2649, okay? So don't forget, I can have an error of up to 0.03. It's kind of weird, but in some cases, I can label these things. And if it's instead of it saying 2649 and I label it, remember, I'm allowed an error of up to 0.03. So this can change from 2649 all the way up to 2652. And it's still okay. Or 0.03 the other way, where it will be 2649. I can go all the way down to 2646. And anywhere within that range is actually okay. That is something strange. It's just the way it works. But it's just because of the nature of Civil 3D plats in civil engineering plats that there is a error ultimately of up to 0.03. Remember, if it's more than 0.03, you did something wrong somewhere. Hopefully that's not going to be the case. That's how you do your distance onlys. Now take a few minutes to put in all the distance onlys. They're all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. So take the time to do those for me. The next one, I'll talk about the next label style.